Hello everyone, and welcome back to High5 Education. Have you ever wondered what a story or article is mostly about? Today, we'll learn how to use key details to determine the main idea of a text. This important reading skill will help you better understand stories and information you read every day. So, grab your notebook, and let's begin our Year 5 English lesson. When we read a story or an informational text, we don't just read the words. We read to understand the author's message. But how do we know what the author is really trying to tell us? That's where the main idea comes in. The main idea is the most important message or big idea that the author wants the reader to understand. It answers the question, what is this text mostly about? As we read, we'll learn how to identify the main idea by looking for the important clues in the text. This will help us become stronger readers and better understand what we read. The main idea is the most important message or big idea of a text. It answers the question, what is this text mostly about? Remember, the main idea is about the entire passage, not just one small detail. By finding the main idea, we can better understand and remember what we read. Now that we know what the main idea is, let's talk about key details. Key details are the important facts, examples, or pieces of information that explain or support the main idea. Think of them as clues that help us understand what the author wants us to learn. Key details support main idea. The key details are like the pieces of a puzzle, and when you put them together, they reveal the main idea of the text. By identifying these important clues, you'll become a stronger reader and better understand what you read. Finding the main idea is easy when you follow these 4 simple steps. Step 1. Read the entire passage carefully. Make sure you understand what the text is about before deciding on the main idea. Step 2. Look for the important details. These are the facts, examples, or information that the author repeats or focuses on the most. Step 3. Ask yourself, what do all these details have in common? This question helps you connect the key details and discover the author's main message. Step 4. Write the main idea in one sentence using your own words. Don't copy the text exactly, summarize the most important message clearly and simply. By following these 4 steps, you'll be able to identify the main idea with confidence and become a stronger reader. Let's practice finding the main idea using this short passage about koalas. First, let's read the passage together. Koalas spend most of their lives in eucalyptus trees. They eat eucalyptus leaves and sleep for up to 20 hours each day. The trees provide food, shelter, and protection. Now, let's identify the key details. We know that koalas live in eucalyptus trees. They eat eucalyptus leaves. The trees provide food and shelter. Notice that all of these details talk about how eucalyptus trees help koalas. Now, ask yourself, what do all these details have in common? The answer is that eucalyptus trees are essential for koalas because they provide everything they need to survive. So, the main idea is, eucalyptus trees are important for the survival of koalas. Remember, we didn't choose just one detail. Instead, we combined all the important details to discover the big idea of the passage. That's how good readers find the main idea. Let's look at another example and use the key details to find the main idea. First, let's read the passage together. Bees collect nectar from flowers to make honey. As they move from flower to flower, they spread pollen, helping many plants grow. Farmers rely on bees because healthy crops depend on pollination. Now, let's identify the key details. The important details are: bees collect nectar from flowers. Bees spread pollen as they move from flower to flower. Farmers rely on bees because pollination helps crops grow. Now, ask yourself, what do all these details have in common? They all show that bees play an important role in helping plants and crops grow. So, the main idea is, bees are important because they help plants and crops grow through pollination. Notice how we combined all the key details into one clear sentence instead of choosing just one fact. That's how we determine the main idea of a passage. Let's try one more example to practice finding the main idea. First, let's read the passage together. Many Australian schools encourage students to bring reusable water bottles. This reduces plastic waste, keeps students hydrated, and helps protect the environment. Now, let's identify the key details. The important details are: Australian schools encourage students to bring reusable water bottles. Reusable water bottles reduce plastic waste. They keep students hydrated. They help protect the environment. Now, ask yourself, what do all these details have in common? They all explain the benefits of using reusable water bottles at school. So, the main idea is, using reusable water bottles helps schools care for students and protect the environment. Notice how we used all the important details to create one clear sentence that tells us what the passage is mostly about. That's exactly how good readers determine the main idea. Now that we've learned how to use key details to find the main idea, let's see how this skill helps us in everyday life. Books. When reading books, finding the main idea helps us understand what the story is really about instead of focusing on every small detail. Newspaper. When reading news articles, we can quickly identify the most important message without having to remember every fact. Globe. When doing research projects, whether we're using websites or textbooks, finding key details helps us learn and organize the most important information. Graduation cap. When studying for school, identifying the main idea makes it easier to review lessons because we remember the big ideas instead of trying to memorize every sentence. Briefcase. In everyday life, we also use this skill when reading emails, instructions, signs, or announcements. By looking for the key details, we can quickly understand the main message and know what to do. As you can see, finding the main idea isn't just a reading skill, it's a life skill that helps us understand information more clearly, both in school and in our everyday lives. Before we finish, here are some helpful tips to make finding the main idea easier. First, read the whole passage before deciding on the main idea. This helps you understand the complete message. Next, look for repeated ideas. If the author mentions the same idea more than once, it's usually an important clue. Then, ignore tiny details. Small facts may be interesting, but they don't tell you what the entire passage is about. Always ask yourself, what is this text mostly about? This simple question will guide you to the main idea. Finally, use your own words when writing the main idea. Instead of copying sentences from the passage, explain the big idea in a clear and simple way. By following these tips, you'll become more confident at identifying the main idea and understanding what you read. Keep practicing, and you'll become an even stronger reader. Now, let's practice finding the key details and main idea together. Read the passage carefully about kangaroos. Read the passage. Kangaroos are Australia's largest marsupials. They have strong back legs for hopping and powerful tails for balance. They live in grasslands and forests across Australia. Let's look for the key details. Remember, key details are the important facts that support the main idea. Now that we have read the passage, let's answer the questions together. Question 1. What are the key details? Remember, key details are the important facts that give us more information about the topic. The key details from the passage are, kangaroos are Australia's largest marsupials. They have strong back legs for hopping and powerful tails for balance. They live in grasslands and forests across Australia. These details help us understand more about kangaroos and their special features. Question 2. What is the main idea? To find the main idea, we need to think about what the whole passage is mostly about. All the details talk about kangaroos, their body features, and where they live. So, the main idea is, kangaroos have special features that help them live successfully in Australia. Excellent work. Remember, key details support the main idea by giving important information about the topic. Now it's your turn to practice finding the key details and main idea independently. Read the passage carefully about penguins. Read the passage. Penguins cannot fly, but they are excellent swimmers. Their strong flippers help them move through the water quickly. Penguins catch fish and other sea animals for food. After reading, think about these questions. First, what are the key details? Next, what is the main idea? All the details talk about kangaroos, their body features, and where they live. So, the main idea is, kangaroos have special features that help them live successfully in Australia. Excellent work. Remember, key details support the main idea by giving important information about the topic. Great job with our first activity. Now, let's practice choosing the main idea of a passage. Read the passage carefully. Read the passage. Bees collect nectar from flowers to make honey. As they move from flower to flower, they also spread pollen. This helps many plants grow and produce fruits and vegetables. Now, let's look at the choices. A. Bees are yellow and black. B. Bees help plants grow while making honey. C. Flowers are colorful. D. Honey tastes sweet. So the correct answer is checkmark B. Bees help plants grow while making honey. Excellent work. Remember, the main idea is the big message that connects all the important details in the passage. Now, let's check your understanding with a quick quiz. Question. What is the main idea? Take a moment to think about what we have learned. Remember, the main idea tells us what the whole text is mostly about. Let's look at the choices. A. A small detail. B. The most important message. C. A. Title. D. A picture. Therefore, the correct answer is checkmark B. The most important message. Great job. Remember, the main idea is the big message that connects all the key details in a text. Great job today, learners. Before we finish our lesson, let's review what we have learned. Today, we discovered that the main idea is the most important message in a text. It tells us what the whole passage is mostly about. We also learned that key details are the important facts and information that support the main idea. They help us understand the topic better. Remember, good readers use key details to figure out the main idea of a passage. By looking at the important information, we can understand what the author wants to tell us. This skill is useful not only when reading stories but also when reading articles, news, and information we see in everyday life. Excellent work today. Keep practicing finding the main idea and key details to become a stronger and more confident reader. Thank you for joining us today. If you or your child is struggling in English, High5 Education is here to help you build confidence, improve reading, writing, grammar, and communication skills through engaging and personalized lessons. Our experienced teachers are ready to guide learners and help them achieve their learning goals. You may contact High5 Education by messaging us through our page. Office at high5education.com.au, www.high5education.com.au, www.facebook.com/high5education, www.youtube.com/@high5education. 61435195888